Let's get right into it. Number 10. Bananas and bathroom tiles. You've been in this scenario. You're in the shower, minding your business, maybe belting out some Beyoncé, when suddenly, slip. For one glorious second, your entire life flashes before your eyes like an Oscar montage, and you realize death by wet ceramic is a very real fear. Here's the thing. Fearing slippery tiles makes sense because they are dangerous. But your brain doesn't stop there. It starts worrying about bananas. Yes, bananas. Not eating them, slipping on their peels like a Looney Tunes extra. When was the last time you actually saw someone wipe out on a banana peel in real life? Never. But the fear persists, because your brain is a drama queen. Evolution gave you this neat little alarm system called fear to keep you alive. Avoid tigers, snakes, and apparently rogue fruit. But the bathroom tile panic? That's leftover wiring gone feral. Your amygdala, the emotional security guard in your brain, doesn't know the difference between slippery predator and mild inconvenience that might bruise your ego. It's like installing a high-tech alarm system that screams every time the toaster pops. Bottom line, you'll probably never die in a banana-related accident, but good luck convincing your lizard brain of that. It's already picturing your obituary. Asterisk, tragic fruit-based demise. Gone too soon. Asterisk. Number 9. Fear of holes. Trypophobia, the fear of tiny clusters of holes. Like honeycombs, or lotus seed pods, or, for some reason, the bubbles on your pancake that look like they're plotting a revolution. There's no saber-toothed tiger in those holes. No poisonous spider lurking in your waffle. Yet your body reacts like you just opened a door to the upside down. Goosebumps, nausea, maybe a mild existential crisis, all from some geometry. Scientists have been scratching their heads over this one for years. The best guess? Your brain associates whole clusters with danger, like diseased skin or parasitic infestations. Basically, your visual system is on constant parasite patrol, and when it sees holes, it screams, asterisk, infection alert. Prepare to vomit. Asterisk, the irony? You've never actually seen a real parasite colony in your life. Your brain just read the evolutionary horror stories and decided, better safe than sorry. So now, even though you live in a parasite-free apartment with Wi-Fi and DoorDash, you're dry heaving over a latte foam pattern. Congratulations. Your ancestors survived dysentery so you could feel physically attacked by a sponge. Number 8. Staring into the void. Picture this. You're standing on a balcony, perfectly safe, railing sturdy, breeze gentle, and suddenly your brain whispers, what if you just jumped? That's the high place phenomenon. A perfectly normal, intrusive thought that makes absolutely zero evolutionary sense. Because if survival was your brain's top priority, it wouldn't be handing out suicidal suggestions like candy. Psychologists say this isn't a death wish. It's actually your brain double-checking your survival instincts. You wouldn't jump, right? Cool. Just making sure. It's like your own nervous system gaslighting you for quality control. But in the moment, it feels less like a safety check and more like you're starring in a dark indie film about poor decision-making. Evolution really dropped the ball here. Instead of quietly confirming you value life, it turns your Sunday balcony moment into a mini existential trial. So next time you feel the urge to swan dive into oblivion, just remember, that's not you wanting to die. That's your brain doing a weird trust fall with itself. Totally healthy. Totally terrifying. Number 7. Dolls that look too real. Ever been in a room with an old porcelain doll and felt like it was plotting your murder? That's the uncanny valley effect. And yes, it makes zero sense in a modern world where the scariest thing in your house is an expired yogurt. The uncanny valley happens when something looks almost human, but not quite. A doll's glassy eyes, lifelike skin, but complete lack of soul triggers a primal nope response in your brain. Why? One theory says this comes from disease detection. Back in the cave days, people avoided others who looked sick or off because disease equals death. Now that we've replaced saber-toothed tigers with ring lights, your brain is still on duty, overreacting to dolls and mannequins like they're carriers of the plague. Another theory? Zombies. Not real zombies, but corpses. Your brain might see, almost human but wrong, and scream, asterisk, Dead body alert. Asterisk because apparently, surviving infections and avoiding dead stuff was our entire brand for 200,000 years. And now, this ancient survival instinct just means you can't watch animatronics at theme parks without plotting an exit strategy. Basically, your amygdala needs to chill. It's 2025. The only thing dead in that doll is its resale value. Number 6. Clustered holes in skin, but worse. Remember trypophobia? Take it up a notch. Some people don't just hate holes in pancakes. They specifically panic at photoshopped holes in human skin. Yes, that cursed trend on the internet. No real threat, just digital acne on steroids. Why does this terrify people? Again, parasite paranoia. Your brain sees holes where they shouldn't be and assumes. Asterisk, infection, disease, doom, asterisk. Here's the kicker, your logical brain knows it's fake. But your limbic system, the caveman in your head, doesn't care about Photoshop. It goes full DEFCON 1 because, 50,000 years ago, ignoring weird skin textures could mean death by smallpox. The fact that your life now consists of Wi-Fi passwords and oat milk doesn't matter. Your brain is still a medieval hypochondriac with a flair for drama. The result? You're curled up in a ball after scrolling Instagram, whispering, "Delete it, Brenda." Because someone decided to put lotus pods on a shoulder. Evolution really didn't prepare us for Photoshop horror art. Number 5. Fear of mirrors at night. You're brushing your teeth at 2 a.m., half asleep, when suddenly you avoid looking in the mirror, because what if your reflection moves on its own? Congratulations, you've unlocked specular anxiety, the unofficial name for mirror horror. Scientifically, this is tied to something called the Troxler effect. Stare long enough in low light and your brain starts filling in gaps, making faces look distorted. Add sleep deprivation and your reflection becomes a jump scare audition tape. Evolution didn't plan for mirrors, planned for predators. So when your brain sees human face acting weird in the dark, it sounds the panic alarm. Asterisk, intruder, demon, doppelganger. Asterisk, is this useful for survival? Nope. Unless your evil reflection really is trying to murder you, which, if true, good luck explaining that to 911. So yeah, every time you sprint out of the bathroom after a late night pee, just remember, you're running from your own face. Evolution would be so proud. Number 4. Mannequins at night. You're walking past a department store after dark. Lights dimmed. No music. Just rows of mannequins staring into the void with their featureless little faces. And suddenly, your body says, asterisk, nope, this is how the horror movie starts. Asterisk. Mannequins are another installment in the Uncanny Valley horror franchise. During the day, fine. At night, instant murder vibes. Why? Because your brain doesn't like ambiguity. Is it human? Is it plastic? Is it going to strangle you with a clearance scarf? This confusion triggers hypervigilance, the same system designed to help your ancestors avoid predators. But instead of tigers, you're dodging department store torsos. And let's not ignore the motion factor. You're subconsciously waiting for one to move, because your visual system is wired to detect sudden motion as a survival skill. No movement. The brain fills the silence with paranoia. Asterisk, what if it moves when I blink? What if it's following me home like some discount demon from Macy's? Asterisk. Reality check. Mannequins aren't hunting you. But tell that to the surge of adrenaline in your body that acts like you're on a first-name basis with death. Thanks, evolution. Great job future-proofing us against predators and polyester torsos. Number 3. The ocean's creepy depths. Standing at the edge of the ocean should feel peaceful. Soft waves, salty breeze, Instagram-worthy vibes. But no, your brain goes, asterisk, what if something grabs you? Like, right now. Asterisk, congratulations, you've just met thalassophobia, the irrational fear of deep water. Logically, you know there's no kraken lurking in the shallows. But your fear system doesn't care about logic. It cares about survival stories from 10,000 BC. Back then, deep water equals unknown danger equals maybe a toothy death noodle. So now, even though you're at a beach with lifeguards and overpriced popsicles, Your brain imagines Jaws auditioning for a sequel under your feet. And it's not just about animals. It's the unknown. Humans hate not knowing what's beneath them. Your brain fills that void with monsters because uncertainty is scarier than reality. Ironically, the actual danger isn't lurking in the deep. It's the sunburn on your back and the fact that you forgot sunscreen. Evolution 0. Melanoma 1. Number 2. Shadows that shouldn't move. You're sitting in your living room, scrolling TikTok, when suddenly, did that shadow just move? No breeze, no open window, just a rogue blob of darkness doing parkour across the floor. Cue heart attack. This is called hyperactive agency detection. Your brain evolved to assume movement means life, and life could mean predator. If a shadow moved in the wild, that was either dinner or something that wanted to make you dinner. So your ancestors jumped every time a bush rustled. Fast forward to now, you live in an apartment, the scariest predator is your Roomba, and still, your brain goes DEFCON 1 over a coat on a chair. The irony? This overreaction probably saved lives in the past. Today, it just makes you sprint to bed like an Olympic athlete because a jacket looked too alive. Modern life 1. Evolutionary instincts, eternal embarrassment. Number 1. Fear of being watched when you're alone. You're home alone. Lights off. House quiet. Suddenly, every creak in the floorboards sounds like a serial killer rehearsing their entrance. You start feeling watched, even though there's no one there. Welcome to the I'm being hunted panic, one of humanity's favorite irrational fears. This is pure evolutionary hangover. Back when we lived in caves, assuming something was watching you was a great survival tactic. If you were wrong, no big deal, you looked paranoid for 3 seconds. If you were right and a predator was about to turn you into a protein snack, that paranoia saved your life. So now, thousands of years later, your nervous system is still on 24/7 cave mode. The kicker? This fear kicks in strongest when it's dark. Why? Because humans are diurnal creatures, we suck at night vision. Darkness equals vulnerability. Your brain knows this and goes into hyperdrive, throwing out thoughts like, asterisk, what if there's someone behind that door? What if your closet has company? Asterisk, and instead of being logical, you end up triple-checking locks like you're in a horror movie with a terrible budget. Ironically, the only real threat is probably your imagination, and maybe your electricity bill because you just turned on every light in the house. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.